In the sprawling jungle of superhero universes, filled with gods, aliens, and armored icons, the streets still need their own kind of protector. Enter the Fox, a character who thrives in the gray zones, urban, unpredictable, and dangerously slick. While not a household name like Batman or Superman, the Fox has a cult following that stretches across comic book history, fueled by grit, satire, and a touch of madness. Though originally created for MLJ Comics, which became Archie Comics, the Fox found his way into DC continuity through crossover stories and legacy explorations, adding one more sharp fang to DC's street-level hero roster. The original Fox, Paul Patton, first appeared in Blue Ribbon Comics number 4 in 1940. A product of the Golden Age, Patton was a photojournalist by day and a vigilante by night, a classic dual identity inspired by pulp heroes like the Shadow and the Phantom. He adopted the identity of the Fox not for fame, but for the thrill of the hunt and the pursuit of truth in a corrupt world. With no superpowers, the Fox relied on agility, intellect, and sheer nerve to take down gangsters, corrupt politicians, and shady operatives. Patton's character was designed to reflect urban justice with a touch of irony. His costume, a sleek black bodysuit with a stylized fox mask, was more minimalist than his superhero peers, signaling stealth over spectacle. While MLJ Comics is better known for giving the world the Shield, arguably the first patriotic superhero, and later, Archie Andrews, the Fox maintained a loyal fan base throughout the early 1940s. After MLJ transitioned into Archie Comics, their superhero line was shelved for a time, with many characters fading into obscurity. But in the 1960s, and again in the 1980s, Archie Comics attempted several superhero revivals under the Mighty Comics and Red Circle Comics banners. The Fox was among the resurrected, reimagined with a sharper tone and occasionally a satirical edge. The most notable modern take on the character came in the 2010s, when Archie Comics launched Dark Circle Comics, a mature, stylized imprint that leaned into noir, grit, and psychological depth. Paul Patton Jr., the son of the original Fox, took up the mantle. Written by acclaimed cartoonist Dean Haspiel, the new Fox series reintroduced the hero as a reluctant crime fighter caught in a whirlwind of bizarre foes and twisted realities. This iteration was self-aware, blending classic superhero tropes with surreal, sometimes absurdist storytelling. The Fox became less of a caped crusader and more of an unwilling adventurer, drawn into madness simply because the world refused to let him go. Though primarily associated with Archie Comics, the Fox crossed paths with DC characters, Darlis, through the short-lived Impact Comics line in the early 90s, a licensing arrangement where DC published reimagined versions of Archie superheroes. While these versions were significantly altered and didn't maintain long-term continuity, they brought the Fox into proximity with the DC Universe's creative sphere, sparking ongoing fan interest in potential crossovers or integrations. The Fox has always stood apart. He's not invincible, cosmic, or immortal. He's a man trying to stay one step ahead of chaos, using guile and reflexes where others might use brute force. Whether portrayed as a thrill seeker, a jaded protector, or a reluctant participant in an increasingly insane world, the Fox remains compelling because he's real. He bleeds, he sweats, he doubts, but he never backs down. While he hasn't yet claimed a permanent perch in DC's continuity, the Fox fits naturally into its darker corners, places like Gotham, Hub City, or the shadowy underworld that characters like the Question, Huntress, or Wildcat might frequent. With the growing popularity of street-level heroes and multiverse crossovers, the time may yet come when the Fox prowls side by side with DC's elite. Until then, the Fox remains a lean, lethal legend in the shadows, part myth, part man, all predator.